Dan Abram reporting from Homewood Field, where I saw yet another classic edition of the Johns Hopkins-Syracuse rivalry. Brendan Bomberry did not score in this game until the overtime period when his goal gave the Orange an 8-7 victory. Hopkins managed to take a 7-6 lead late in this game, but Nick Mariano tied it with a behind-the-back score with just 33 seconds remaining. Ben Williams won the opening face-off of overtime, and the Orange capitalized on their second attempt on goal in the overtime period. Crucial for Hopkins in this game, making it even, was the play of Hunter Moreland. He has been out for the Blue Jays recently. He took every draw in the second half and was really crucial to the turnaround. Other scores for Syracuse included Nate Solomon, who finished with 2. Sergio Salcido only finished with 1, while Peter Dirth and Paolo Schiferi also contributed 1 goal. For Hopkins, Wilkins Dismuke scored 2. Longstick midfielder Robert Kuhn scored twice, while Kyle Moore, Joel Tinney, and Alex Concannon contributed 1 goal each. Jared Logan had a strong rebound. He had 10 saves in this game and really gave Hopkins' defense a boost throughout. Evan Malloy was also very good in this game. He finished with 7 saves.
Hi, it's Caroline here in Charlottesville following a ridiculously back and forth, exciting affair where Notre Dame came out on top 11-10 over the University of Virginia Cavaliers. In overtime, there was a little bit of everything. There was an hour, 15-minute weather delay. Both goalies went off in the fourth quarter. Shane Doss for Notre Dame finished with 14 saves. He was incredible. First year, Griffin Thompson got his first career start for Virginia, finished with 6 saves, but really was a great presence in the cage late in the game with the 2 goalies dueling back and forth. Big saves down the stretch. Sergio Perkovic and Mikey Wynn led Notre Dame with 3 goals apiece. Michael Krause had 5 for Virginia to go with 2 assists. Virginia did well on the ground balls, out-ground balled, and outshot Notre Dame, but Notre Dame was very efficient and really took advantage of opportunities that were presented. Notre Dame goes to 1-0 in the ACC. They improved to 4-1 now, and Virginia falls to 5-2, 0-2 in the ACC. Both games decided by 1 goal. It's another exciting one here in Charlottesville.
Back in the Inside Lacrosse studio, I'm Terry Foy, joined by Chris Rosenthal, and we are talking about the Villanova Wildcats upsetting the Maryland Terrapins 13-12 in overtime. It ended when Jake Fricaro brought the ball into the offensive zone, fed Danny Seibel for a spinning finish. But there was a lot more to it than that. Chris, what do you attribute the Wildcats' victory to?
Well, I think the most important thing was they came out extremely aggressive early on. They went on a 5-goal run. They were leading 6-1 very early. And, they were only 10 for 29 faceoffs, but they were 3 for 5 in the first quarter. They had Maryland on their heels early on. And, from that point, they kind of just held on to the lead they had. Of course, Villanova was going to give up a lot of goals. It seems to be par for the course this year. And, you just kind of batten down and hope to try to, handle what Maryland's going to counterpunch you with. And they did that. The defense kind of showed up in that regard.
Mike Corrado's team moves to 3-4 and gets ready for a quick turnaround against Bucknell. Maryland falls to 4-2 and gets ready for North Carolina next weekend.
Kyle Devitt from Inside Lacrosse coming to you post one of the biggest Patriot League upsets of the season. 0-3 Bucknell in the Patriot League defeats Boston University, previously undefeated in all competitions, 7-0, 12-6. The Terriers did not have any bite on offense today. Bucknell controlled the ball using a combination of face-offs and a frustrating defense led by goaltender Christian Klipstein's 16 saves. And on the other side of the ball, Bucknell used Will Sands' 3-goal, 3-assist performance to secure the victory over BU.
Elsewhere, Ivy League play got underway, and the score of 17-8 was the theme of the weekend as the Yale Bulldogs dispatched the Cornell Big Red by that tally. Princeton was 17-8 victors over Penn, and Brown came away 13-8 victors over Harvard. It's a little bit of a surprising result. Chris, what do you make of these?
Well, early on in the season, before the season got started even, it was basically talk about Yale and Brown. Are those guys going to be the Titans of the Ivy League again? And this week they both picked up convincing wins. Biggest story, I think, in the Ivy League so far has been Princeton. And the super biggest story has been freshman attackman Michael Sowers. He's just been incredible. Today, 5 goals, 4 assists, at least 4 points in every game. He's got excellent vision from the attack position, a stupid change of direction. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more from him as the season goes on.
The number 1 freshman in this week's freshman rankings, Princeton, gets set to take on Yale next week.
Hey everybody, this is Jeff Shannon with Inside Lacrosse at Ridley Athletic Complex, covering Loyola's 18-7 victory over Navy. After a tough offensive outing against Duke last week, Loyola exploded for 18 goals against the Midshipmen Saturday. The starting attack of Patrick Spencer, Zach Sirico, and Alex McGovern combined for 15 points, led by a 3-goal, 4-assist performance from Spencer. Midfielders Romar Dennis and Mike Perkins also added a combined 4 goals. Navy switched goalie Ryan Kern in the second quarter, replacing him with junior Nick Ramsey, but it wasn't enough defensively. Loyola improves to 4-3 and 3-0 in the Patriot, while Navy falls to 2-6 on the season and 1-3 in the Patriot League.
That racks up another week of the IL Epoch Gameday Recap. Gear up for your season with Epoch's line of gear and apparel like the Gen 7 Dragonfly Shaft, Ultralight Outer Mesh, and the Hawk prequel and sequel heads.